Ready?
Hello. Today I want to talk about hearing loss prevention and how it will impact the military career. Noise-induced hearing loss is a severe case throughout the military. Just to give you a slight statistic, in the Army alone, 19% of our force in the Army has severe hearing loss. That's a large number of soldiers that are not able to deploy. Or if they are able to deploy, they're going to have complications of during their deployment because they have this severity of hearing loss. Take for instance myself. I served 20 years as a United States Army infantryman. I suffered severe hearing loss, and it's not self-induced hearing loss, but noise-induced hearing loss. And with that being said, today I wear bilateral hearing aids. A lot of the complications I deal with is, can you repeat yourself? Huh? What? These are common things that are being said, or asking people those type of questions because they do have severe hearing loss and they're hard of hearing. Some people are naturally born with hearing loss, but being in the military, you have to have pristine hearing. That being said, with the usage of hearing protection devices will help mitigate that risk. There's 4 P's that we go by. First, if you ever shot your weapon system without your hearing protection devices, if so, ask yourself, what's the first thing that happens? You'll get ringing in the ears. And you're not going to be bleeding out of your ears like you see in some movies, but perhaps you'll start to hear that ring in the ears and maybe some temporary hearing loss because of the effect. But over time, you will start to lose your hearing, and it's progressive. You'll progressively lose your hearing. Let me tell you a little anatomy of the ear so that we better understand how hearing goes and how the ear works. You have 3 parts of your ear. You have your outer, middle, and inner ear. Sound travels from the outer ear to the middle ear to your auditory canal, to the tementic membrane, to the eardrum, and to the 3 little bones kind of works as your instrument. As we all know the eardrum very well, that's not always the case where hearing loss occurs. But the one part of your ear, which is called the cochlea, is the main source of your hearing. Inside that cochlea has these little fine hair cells. Those hair cells move around, they send signals to your brain, and that's how your brain recognizes sound. Now here's a little analogy. If I took somebody and put a close hold to me and I started punching them real hard in their face, what's going to happen? It's going to bruise up and swell. If I go long enough, I may very well kill them. So imagine what loud noise exposure is doing to those hair cells as they're pounding away because of insufficient use of the hearing protection devices. It's making the hair cells weak, and eventually they'll start to get weak, and they'll start to die off. And then at that point, you'll start receiving ringing in the ears, and then you're going to start losing your hearing little by little by little. Just imagine cutting grass and taking a weed whacker and butchering grass. That's what your hair cells look like inside that cochlea. So take that in consideration. So once your hearing starts to go, and you're receiving that nice loud ringing sound, then your hearing loss becomes permanent. There's no cure at this point. But the military pays billions of dollars on your hearing protection devices to use these little things that may annoy you or that may discomfort you, whether you're on the range training or in an industrial area such as a mechanic bay or anywhere that has loud noise exposure. And there's 2 sets of $1 billion. There's one for the hearing protection devices, and the other billions of dollars are hearing aids, because hearing aids are very expensive. But the military wants to ensure that your quality of life is good. So don't be the statistic. If something occurs and that's out of your control, that's one thing. But do not lose your hearing because you just did not want to use the little hearing protection devices. Let me show you how to properly insert the hearing protection devices. Now we all may have a preference for any type of hearing protection devices that are given to us or that we see. It could come in 1, 2, 3, or 4 flange hearing protection devices. But overall, these are going to be your lifesaver. Not just that, it will not impact your life, and you'll ensure that you will not have hearing loss during your career. So, taking the hearing protection devices, our goal is for that last large flange to be flush against our ear. You're simply going to take your right or left hand, reach behind your head, you're going to pull up and back on your upper ear, which is called the pinna. Your ear canal naturally curve. By utilizing this method, it will straighten out your ear canal to the best of its ability, and it will have a better snug fit to hearing protection device. So you're going to pull up and back, insert the hearing protection device in, release, you're going to feel a suction effect. Your goal is for both hearing protection devices in both ears to be, for the sound to be muffled. That's the ultimate goal. The hearing protection devices, again, not only mitigate, but they're useful in so many different ways. Because commonly when people hear loud noise, especially on the range, artillery, and so forth, the common hearing protection devices people like to use is your fingertips. That's the wrong answer. You're not getting the full maximum protection with your fingertips. You might as well put an M&M or a cigarette butt inside your ear and it's going to have the same effect. So, my message to you is save your military career. You have to shoot, move, and communicate. You cannot communicate without the sense of hearing. So, save your career, have a good quality of life, and you want to make sure that you have hearing for safety reasons. So, take it from me, a person with severe hearing loss, to save your ears, one team, one click. Thank you.